The unpredictable 2024 U.S. presidential race is entering its final stretch. A former Democratic presidential candidate and war vet, Tulsi Gabbard, endorsed Donald Trump at a campaign stop in Detroit today. It comes as Trump takes aim at the Biden-Harris administration's handling of the Afghanistan withdrawal 3 years ago. It wouldn't be a day on the campaign trail without a little drama, especially as the candidates gear up to debate on September 10th. Donald Trump zeroed in on Kamala Harris's roles in foreign policy today, tying her to the chaotic Afghanistan war withdrawal, calling it the most embarrassing moment in the history of the United States.
Caused by Kamala Harris, Joe Biden, the humiliation in Afghanistan set off the collapse of American credibility and respect all around the world.
It comes on the third anniversary of the suicide bombing at Kabul airport that killed 13 U.S. service members. Family members of those slain soldiers calling out Harris today.
You are with the whole administration in all of this. You hold the same accountability as President Biden does. You were right beside him in making these decisions. And if you say you're not, then what kind of leader are you going to be in the future if you didn't have the same decision-making with him on this?
The Biden administration was following a withdrawal commitment and timeline that the Trump administration had negotiated with the Taliban back in 2020. A 2022 review by a government-appointed special investigator concluded decisions made by both Trump and President Joe Biden were key factors leading to the rapid collapse of Afghanistan's military and the Taliban takeover. Despite an official ceremony taking place at the Arlington National Cemetery this morning, Kamala Harris is off the campaign trail today and instead issued a statement and pledge, writing, quote, "I will fulfill our sacred obligation to care for our troops and their families, and I will always honor their service and sacrifice."
You know, you have to fire people. You have to fire people when they do a bad job. We never fire anybody. You gotta fire them. Like on The Apprentice, you're fired. You did a lousy job. You did a terrible, terrible disservice to our country. You get fired when that happens.
This afternoon, Trump took the stage at the National Guard Association of the United States General Conference in downtown Detroit. He made it clear that his Space Force creation will be expanding.
Now that Space Force is up and running, I agree with your leadership. You want this very badly, but I agree that the time has come to create a Space National Guard as the primary combat reserve of the U.S. Space Force. Very good. Right?
And fresh off his high-profile endorsement of independent presidential candidate Robert F. Kennedy Jr., former Democratic presidential candidate and war veteran Tulsi Gabbard is throwing her support behind Trump.
I am proud to stand here before you today, whether you're a Democrat, a Republican, or an independent. If you love our country, as I do, if you cherish peace and freedom as we do, I invite you to join me in doing all that we can to save our country and elect President Donald J. Trump and send him back to the White House to do the tough work of saving our country and serving the people. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mr. President.
Meanwhile, new drama is beginning to brew over the upcoming ABC News debate in just 2 weeks.
You know, I won because of debates. Ask Biden.
Both sides publicly negotiating a sticking point of the debate: open mics. The Harris campaign wanting microphones on for the entire debate. Trump's campaign, according to a source, wants mics muted when it isn't the candidate's turn to speak. But Trump himself seemingly undercut his campaign's preference when asked.
We agreed to the same rules. I don't know. It doesn't matter to me. I'd rather have it probably on, but the agreement was that it would be the same as it was last time. In that case, it was muted. I didn't like it the last time, but it worked out fine.
But he did voice uncertainty over the planned face-off.
We agreed to the same rules. Same rules and same specifications. And I think that's probably what it should be. But they're trying to change it. The truth is they're trying to get out of it because she doesn't want to debate. She's not a good debater. She's not a smart person. She doesn't want to debate.
Trump suggesting that the sponsoring network, ABC News, has been biased against him.